Elmer's Place restaurant, located right across the street from CCSU, said they were wrongfully targeted after an outbreak on campus. They say that they have done everything right since reopening and even since school got back, and now they want to set the record straight.
We were getting blamed when there was no problems all summer long.
Frustration spilling over for the owners of Elmer's Place. The restaurant and bar located across the street from Central Connecticut State University came under fire after a spike in positive tests on campus.
No problems at all, and then campus reopens, bringing thousands of people together. Then all these new cases arise, and they want to try to pass blame onto us.
Just over a week ago, Mayor Erin Stewart said in a Facebook Live that 36 students at CCSU had tested positive for COVID-19. She also mentioned that 3 unrelated positives came from students who visited a local bar. The governor even alluding to a bar as the reason why.
CCSU had a little flare-up as related to a bar.
That sentence caught the attention of the owners of Elmer's Place, who say the finger was being pointed at them. Once they heard about the cases, they voluntarily shut down for 2 weeks.
It's clear it's an issue with the off-campus parties. They have people going around trying to break up these off-campus parties. We're hoping they have a better control of it by the time we reopen.
Elmer's Place says they've brought in extra staff to help enforce social distancing rules and mask wearing. They also won't be letting in large groups. The mayor clarifying that Elmer's is not at fault for the recent uptick.
Don't not go to Elmer's. It's not like Elmer's is this hub of coronavirus. However, the parties and the off-campus parties are definitely aiding in that.
CCSU says evidence doesn't support off-campus parties being the reason for the recent cases. Their contact tracing has led back to small gatherings. They also say an increase in testing on campus has led to more positive tests. Only 26 students remain in quarantine or in isolation. Any student who fails to meet the university's COVID-19 guidelines could face suspension or expulsion.
So far, with really strict testing, our universities have done, relatively well.
Elmer's Place will reopen on Thursday following that 2-week quarantine. Mayor Erin Stewart says that she will be down here to see all of the good work that they have done. In New Britain, Dave Puglisi, Fox 61 News.